How's it going, guys? Necromancer Noob with the Remnant 2 video, and today I am showcasing a new build called the Crab Destroyer build, or as the game likes to call it, the Ruthless Invoker. An explosive summoner build utilizing the new buffs received from the Summoner and Archon in this recent patch. Now, as of this recent update, Summoner received explosive damage. If we look at this Dominator skill right here, grants a 35% increase to mod, skill, and explosive damage, and 5% mod, skill, and explosive critical. And I'm pairing it with the Archon class with Chaos Gate, receiving a buff as well. Instead of the 15% damage increase it got, we now have a 50% increase along with 25% mod generation, but taking 15% more damage if in the circle in 10 seconds after leaving, but a massive buff regardless. Not to mention 50% mod damage and 10% mod crit chance coming from the Archon damage perk. And now we're going to move right into the amulet and rings. Right now we have the detonation trigger giving us 25% explosive damage, and explosions now applying burning. And now, as for my rings, you can notice I have a common theme. I have a few rings that specifically increase all damage, not like range or mod, all damage. But let's talk about the rings. First ring on the list is the Singed ring, increasing all damage dealt to burning enemies by 10%. Next is the Burden of the Destroyer, decreasing ideal range of firearms by 25%, but increasing all damage by 15%. Soul Shard increases all damage dealt by 4% for each active summon, max 12%, and Burden of the Gambler, disabling weak spots but increasing our crit chance by 10% and crit damage by 20%. Now straight to the weapons, we have the Sparkfire shotgun with Space Crabs mod and the Prophecy Mutator. We'll get Space Crabs so fast, and each crab packs a punch with the new buffs for explosive damage, not to mention getting Chaos Gate active. Next on the list we have the Corrupted Meridian with the Harmonizer Mutator. If you've never used this weapon, the Corrupted Meridian is so good, and the mod specifically can absolutely tear up bosses, as you will see in a little bit. But essentially all of these work hand in hand with each other. Meridian doesn't get weak spots, but the Gambler ring adds more chances for critical, and explosions from the Meridian along with the Space Crabs cause burning, not to mention the Sparkfire already causes burning as well, which makes it go very well with the Singed ring, all three of those. As we have summons, either the Reaver or Flyers active. It can be situational depending on what you're up against, but for the most part keep the Reaver active. But as we have summons and Space Crabs going, we will have the max amount of 12% from the Soul Shard. Now real fast, I'm going to go through some alternatives for rings. If you want survivability, Encrypted Ring, the Ring of Grace, or Soul Link can be good choices. Shard Banded Ring could be a good choice, but we're already getting a lot of mod damage, not to mention we want the all damage increase instead of one specific increase for our rings. Now as for the relic, we have the Ruined Heart with mod damage, crit chance, and mod cost. As you can tell, the stars of the show are the mods with increased mod damage and explosive damage. But that being said, our weapons are strong and skills are strong as well. Now for traits, in my opinion, you can really invest it where you want. For me, I have a little bit of everything, and same with what I'm wearing. I don't think it matters too much. It's just personal preference. That just about covers the build, which means let's go test it out. Now in this video, I'm going to showcase some boss fights, some aberrations. Mind you, this is only veteran, but I'll let the clips do the showing as I just finished my telling. Now this is a fun build, and it packs a punch with the right prepping. If you like this build, leave a like, consider subscribing. We're trying to hit 700 subscribers, and leave a comment on anything, whether it was what you liked in this build, what you would do differently, or what you're excited to see add in this patch. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of this video. I'll catch you all on future Remnant 2 video builds and other games. So bye bye.